Harrison back to work. That one fouled off.
Well, these Brewers, to put it bluntly, need to put together more competitive at-bats, and I don't think they've lived up to their own expectations at the plate. They're swinging early.
Oh, this one high and deep, way back there. And a foul ball. Out towards right center field. Antunes under this one. Takes it in for the out. Now the left fielder, Nick Pratto. Up the middle. Tosses to first. And the leadoff hitter retired in the fifth. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. And at the plate for Miami, Christian Hernandez. On the ground, Lamb. Throws to first in time. Now one gone in the top of the 6th.
Up next for the Marlins, the designated hitter, Curtis.
One gone, runner at first. And up next for Miami, Mario Sixto. He's already homered here in this one. Runner takes off. Strike in there.
He's safe.
And safe. It's a stolen base. So 2 down. Now it's the shortstop. The 1-2. Out to short. Lamb. Whips it to first. That ends the frame. Up the middle. Nice grab. The flip to second. What a double play that was. One down. Runner at first. At the plate, Nick Pratto. Comes a 2-2. Swing and a ground ball. Whoa, flips it behind his back to second. Double play. Charlie Lamb digs in now, and a little something extra at stake in this at bat as he's hitless so far with his hitting streak in jeopardy. 2 down, nobody on. Drilled in the air out towards right center. Head on the move. He's got it, and that will end the inning. Now the number 2 hitter, Mario Sixto. He's already homered in this game. First offering, runner goes. Yeah. That's in for a strike. Throw to second, save. Lamb digging in, runner in scoring position, game hanging in the balance. Big moment here.
Yeah, this is where reputations get built. The time to come through in the clutch.
The shortstop takes the ball.
That was absolute gas. Triple digits on the gun. It's just a different experience as a hitter watching that go by.
Ground ball, and that's through the infield. Heading for the plate. He scores to tie it up. Now they get the runner and a rundown. They put the tag on him, and that's out number 2. 1 out, runner at second. Austin Wells, the next up for the Marlins. Line drive, base hit. Coming home. He'll score. It's an RBI single, and they've got the lead in extra innings. Back here at American Family Field. We're at extras here. Christian Hernandez getting ready to hit. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. In plenty of time to first. That was a productive play as the go-ahead run moves up to third. First and second, 1 out. Charlie Lamb up now for the Brewers. This guy is one of the best athletes in the sport.
So important to get ahead of these hitters. You don't want to issue a free pass and allow that tying run to come to the plate. Always want to keep that other team in a position where if they're going to beat you, they're going to have to do it with multiple hits.
This one in the air, center field. Takes it in for the out. First and second, 2 outs. Justin Crawford will hit next. This could end it. Right through there, got him. And that is the ball game. Lamb added one more to that hitting streak. Had a single and an RBI.
Not one to put on the personal highlight reel necessarily, but wasn't a big downfall for him in the loss.
Two outs, bases full. Austin Wells now at the plate. Up the middle, the underhand flip, and that's a nice play to end the inning. So they load the bases, but leave one down. And now the shortstop, Charlie Lamb. Breaking ball, and that got him. This is another guy capable of hitting tape measure home runs. Runner on the go. Pitch in for a strike. Throw to
He's in there. He's there.
Siggy, he definitely showed off the wheels there.
Yeah, and it turned out to be a bang-bang play. StatCast gives us the data, and that stolen base wasn't possible without that sprint speed.
Man at second. On the ground. Oh, look at the stop. Nicely done for the out.
Ball.
Runner at second, 2 down. Here in the second game of the series.
That's a ball.
Out towards right center field. Head should have this one. And that is the inning. In the air to left center. Right has a beat on it. And that is that. Lamb, multi-time All-Star, a member of the 1,000 hit club. Can't forget to mention he's a former MVP. 2 down, nobody on. And that one fouled off. The 0-2. Breaking ball misses down and away. Got him swinging. 1 down. Now it's going to be Charlie Lamb. Year in and year out, this guy an MVP candidate. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt.
Okay, swing now. He had his mind made up. As soon as that ball left the hand of the pitcher, he was going to swing at it.
Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2. Hard hit to right center. And that's got extra bases written all over it. Around first, heading for 2. Into second, and he's got a double.
He went up there and got it with 2 strikes. I'm not going to leave this in the umpire's hands. I'm going to be aggressive. It was in a location where you could get those arms extended that he loves to do. So nice job right there coming back in that at bat. Part of the order coming through now, and with 1 home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout.
Oh, big power guy right there and generating so much bat speed. It's hard to bring that to a halt once you've committed. He tried to check the swing, just couldn't do it.
Varsho in the
Inside,
box,
ball one.
lays off for ball one. Runner at second, 2 down. Here at the bottom of the 7th.
Way to
Ball,
lay
that
off
pitch is
that
out.
fastball up right there. You're looking for something you see well that you can handle, but you also have to keep the discipline so that you're not popping up pitches that are just a little too high.
That one fouled off, 2-2. Man on second, 2 down. Outside
ball.
low, and the count is filled up. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Payoff pitch. And he walked
That's
him.
ball 4.
And after
Take
that
your
long battle, he's aboard representing the tying run.
All one.
Good
Ball.
spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
And a foul ball. Lamb on second. Varsho on at first with 2 down. And that one fouled off. In there, sets him down on strikes. James Head, the next up for the Marlins. One strike away. Ground ball, and this should do it. Flips it, and they'll go the short way, and that is the ball game. Lamb get that hitting streak going.
Not great, not terrible, just kind of an average game. Still, always good to get a team win.
One down.
Batting second,
Charlie
the
Lamb
shortstop,
up now for the
Charlie
Brewers.
Lamb.
He's a guy who does it all. There's a swing and a drive. And that lands in no man's land, a foul ball. And a swing and a miss. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Well, there appears to be no problem settling in on the mound out there today. It looks pretty tough to start this one, punching out the first 2 hitters of this ball game. And somebody's going to have to put the bat on the ball, put it in play, and get something going.
Ground ball to the right side. Feed to second. That's one. To first. Double play. Nicely done.
For me, that's one of the toughest double plays to turn on the infield. The first baseman has to get inside, create a throwing lane to hit that middle infielder to start the double play, and then from there completing it back to first. Really good job all the way around.
Lamb now at the plate as he swings through strike 1. And he can't come up with it. Still slings it to second.
Yeah, you're
they
out.
get the force. Now it's the right fielder, Wilfredo Antunes. Yo one. On the ground, a second, might be 2. There's 1. What a double play
he's out.
that was. Inning over. Top 6. And now for the Marlins, James Head. Ground ball up the middle. Lamb. Fires over to first. Leadoff man retired in the 6th. Hammer, base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single. Now quick throw to first. Lamb back in on a dive. Runner on the move. Pitching for a strike. Throw there. Safe. One out, the runner at second here in the bottom of the sixth. Outside.
Ball, that's outside.
Ball one. And that skips in the dirt. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. And that
That's
one up and
ball
in. Look out.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Picks up strikeout number 7. And now it's Dalton Varsho.
He really committed to that fastball up at the top of the zone. He knows that if he makes a mistake in the zone, it gets hit hard by a power guy like this. That's a nice miss right there.
Swing and a miss. Nice changeup.
Well, it's been a very impressive outing so far. His command has been a big part of it. Even when he misses outside the strike zone, which is exactly what a pitcher wants.
Swings through that one out in front that time. Jackknifes out of the way. And a base hit on the line. Lamb rounds third, headed for the plate. The relay, safe. It's 2-0.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages, working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
The 1-1. And that one is inside. Catcher challenge. We'll take another look. Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. 2 down. So 2 down. Next for Milwaukee, Blake Mitchell. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Prado in position. And he makes the catch. And that is that. On to the bottom of the 10th. Up now for Milwaukee, Andrew Fisher. The 0-1. High fly ball out towards left field. That one carrying. Out of here. Ball game.
When you get to extra innings, it seems like every guy is trying to come up with the big swing to hit the homer and end the ball game. Well, he did it. Huge swing of the bat, and we're all heading home.
Charlie Lamb with a blend of raw. Charlie Lamb up now for the Brewers. This guy is one of the best athletes in the sport. Oh, great stop. The feed for one. Double play. That was some defensive wizardry. So 2 down, and now for Seattle, Esmeralyn Valdez. And that's the 3rd out. Nobody left. Lamb, a former MVP, a career batting average over 300, and he was a 6th-round draft pick back in 2025. Base hit, lead runner around second. Save, and now 2nd and 3rd with 1 gone.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Hey.
Strike 2. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Starting after it, appeal to 3rd. No swing. This one in the air, center field. Valdez should have this one. He's got it. Both runners tagging from 2nd and 3rd. It's a sac fly as he comes across to score, and they cut the lead to 2. Now it's the 2nd baseman. Grounded out his first time up.
That's outside.
2 outs and a runner at 3rd. Here in game 1 of this 3-game set. Hit in the air, center field. Valdez on the move. And that is that. 1 run.
Well, a really rough inning out there on the mound. And this is one of those where you learn a lot about a guy's toughness and his ability to turn the page and keep pressing forward.
And that's a base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Oh, man, he smoked that one. Good job. Good job.
A little bit high. Ball 1. Step off, throw to first.
No, he's in
Lamb
there.
back on a dive. Here comes the pitch. Runner breaks for 2nd. Strike in there. Throw to 2nd. Out of bounds. Safe.
Well, he picked over once just before the pitch to check on him, but that didn't seem to slow up his jump on the pitch at all. I think that guy's been studying some video. Awesome job to be prepared, got the timing down, and he gets into scoring position. Clearly, he hasn't had it in this game, and looks like sooner than later, they're going to have to go to the bullpen.
That one misses. Ball 3.
You don't want to get beat by a fastball in, and he spits on that one.
On the ground, right side.
Stand him.
Throws to first in time. Inning over. Go ahead run on base. Ventura digs in now. Man at 2nd. Grounds 1 to short. In plenty of time to first, and that's now Corbin Carroll to the dish for a big at bat. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. They get the force, and that's terrific. 1 down. Here's a big power threat. Charlie Lamb. Swing and a miss. Lamb, a former Gold Glove winner, 26 years old, and he's a 5-time MVP. And he's left his mark on this game of baseball. Rice takes it himself, 2 away. Up now for Milwaukee. Odd choice here. They intentionally walk him, and the runner now into scoring position.
Hey!
One-run game, bottom 9.
Ball
That
in.
misses the zone, and the count is 1-1. Tap foul at the plate.
Well, if he's going to do something special right here, it's going to have to happen with 2 strikes.
Here's a 1-2. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Headed for the plate. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single, and they've tied it in the bottom of the 9th. Here comes the... Looks like we've got a substitution at first. Here's the Brewers pinch runner, Justin Crawford. Yeah, that's fouled off. Swings through that one out in front that time.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Huge strikeout there. Andrew Fisher now at the plate. Ball one there.
Home plate umpires trying to tighten things up a little bit.
Now a pitch out to defend against the squeeze, but nothing going on. Two on, 1 out. Pitch out, but no movement. Ball 3. And they're all loaded up. Challenge from behind the dish here. That one misses.
Outside.
That's 5 straight.
This is a situation where the hitter is looking for something up in the zone that he can get his arms extended. What you have to be careful of is that pitch that's up, that's in on your hands. That'll pop you up in the infield, and that's exactly what the pitcher wants.
Next offering in there for a strike. That's strike 1. Batter challenges in a very big spot. And there's the automatic.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
Fastball for a strike at 95.
And boy, that was the pitch. 3-1. You want to be really aggressive on the fastball.
Called out on strikes.
I don't know what he's looking for right there. You have to be ready to swing the bat. You can walk it off if you're just a little more aggressive.
Hernandez, the next to hit, takes ball 1. And an ABS challenge coming from behind the dish. That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam. Stays alive. Winning run at third, 2 down. We're in the last half of the 9th inning. Swing and a drive, deep right field. That one is foul, and he'll see another. Makes the catch, inning over. Back here in Milwaukee, on to the bottom of the 10th. Blake Mitchell up now for the Brewers. That one is absolutely belted. Carrying well. Can't get there, and that should bring in the run. Around third. The winning run crosses the plate, and the Brewers walk it off in extra innings. And a final 8-7. A one-run extra inning win for Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show. I'm John Shambi saying so long. Ketel Marte up to the plate.
Second baseman, Ketel Marte.
Payoff pitch. Out to short, Lamb. There's one. What a double play that was. Inning over. Next for Milwaukee, Charlie Lamb. 2 hits in the game last night. And first offering is fouled off.
Ball inside.
Battling here as he fouls it away. This one in the air, center field. Rodriguez moving under it. He's there. He's got it. And there are 2 down. In now is the Mariners DH, Jorge Pedroza. Towards first. 1 at second. Double play. What a clean killing, Dan. Well, here we go. Top of the third. Scoreless game. 0-1 now. Swing and a ground ball. Lamb. Fires over to first. And 1 away in the top of the third.
The right fielder, number 7.
Go ahead run on base. Ben Rice will hit next. Double play ball to second. There's one. On to first, double play.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
Now a screamer into the outfield. And that's got extra bases written all over it. Around first, heading for 2. Safe at second with nobody out, and that double has the go-ahead run in scoring position. Here's Riley Green. 0 for 1 so far. Hard hit left side. 1 pitch and 1 out.
Pretty rare location right there, right down the middle. This guy paints the edges. I'm not sure if you're going to see that pitch again as a hitter.
Man at second.
That's a ball.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit is probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
The 1-1. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. One, 2 now. And there's
That's
the ball.
ball 2.
That's
Nope,
inside.
that's inside.
The Brewers looking to strike first. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Three-2. And ball 4 to a board.
Take your break.
Catcher challenge. We'll take another look.
The
So
second
runner at
baseman.
second, 2 down. Davis Schneider up now for the Brewers. Grounded out his first time up.
Inside, ball one.
Man on second, 2 down. Swing and a miss. 1-2. That one 95 to finish him off. Now the left fielder, Esmeralyn Valdez. Up the middle, Lamb. Throws to first in time. And there's a foul ball.
I'm impressed by the number of first pitch strikes. He's not afraid of contact. Some guys, they'll nibble just because they don't want to get hit hard. That's not what we're seeing here.
Swings through that. The shortstop takes a ball. Right side, hard hit. Throws to first in time. Julio Rodriguez coming to the plate now in a big spot. On the ground, 2 ball. Flips it. There's one. Ow! The double play ends the inning. Lamb swings through it for strike 1.
Looking very settled on the mound here in the 8th. One more out, and they'll probably hand it off to their closer for the 9th with at least a 2-run lead.
2 on, 2 outs. Just off the outside edge. Yeah, the count 1-2.
Really nice slider right there, sweeping across the dish, but just couldn't hang the edge.
Now he can't squeeze it behind the plate. Count moves to 2-2 as the runners hold. The 2-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Here's a 2-2. That one missed. That ball is foul, and the pressure is building. Payoff pitch. Swing and a drive. This one is crushed. No doubt about it. And here in the late stages, they have the lead. And they grab the lead in the 8th. It's 3-2. Listen to these fans.
This place is absolutely buzzing right now. You can feel the energy all the way up here in our broadcast booth. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spent on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
One out, runner at second. This is Corbin Carroll. Man at second. He's trying for third. Pitching for a strike. Throw bounces in, and he's safe. And the go-ahead run is now only 90 feet away. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Runner around third. Here comes the throw. In comes the winning run, and they walk it off in extra innings. Lamb with a game to remember, particularly walking it off for the win. Had 3 hits, one of them a homer.
This was a terrific performance, and how about punctuating it with the walk-off? I'm really impressed by how he performed, especially under pressure.
4-3 our final score. A 1-run extra inning win. Charlie Lamb has been 1 down. Here's Yordan Alvarez. This one popped up. Lamb settles under this one. And there are 2 outs.
Not shortstop, Charlie Lamb.
Drilled out towards left center field. That one carrying. And it is out of here. His second of the year. The Brewers score first. It's 1-0.
You can't ask for a better start than hitting a home run in your first at bat to give your team the lead. When a guy's got a real hard fastball, you can't overswing. All you've got to do is get the bat head to the spot. If you do, he supplies the power, and you'll get to jog around the bases like he did right there.
Back at the ballpark, and in this series it has been ugly on the mound as we look at the numbers. Foul ball there. The 0-1. Fair ball. Around first and hustling for second. The relay not in time. That's a leadoff double.
Man, he just absolutely turned on that one, ripped it down the line. Nice job of staying in his mechanics.
Here's the second baseman. 1 for 1 with a single so far.
Hey. Ball, that's out.
Swings and misses. And the count 1-2.
Here we go, Cooper.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Man at second. Fights that one away. Still 1-2.
Let's go, Cooper.
Fouls it back with 2 strikes.
Here we go, Brewers. Here we go.
1-2 now. Next
Nope,
offering
that's
is
off the plate.
outside.
Ball 2.
Goes down looking for the strikeout. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one.
Let's go, Milwaukee. Yeah.
Tap foul at the plate. 1 out, the runner at second here in the last half of the third.
Ball.
That's too
Ball.
low. Ball 2.
Let's go, Brewers.
And there's a strike. Fights it off. He'll see another. In the dirt. So now 3-2. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Strike three, and that's 2 in a row. Varsho wants to challenge this. Thought it was a ball. Here's the left fielder, Heriberto Hernandez. Fought off foul. Man on second, 2 down. And now 1 and 2. Just missed.
Really close pitch down around the knees there, and you could see him asking where it missed. Probably doesn't agree, but it appears he's ready to.
Oh, now this one is blasted to right. Forget it. Way back there and gone. He sends one out the opposite way, and they boost their lead. It's 3-0. He absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Boog. We knew it wasn't coming back. That's the exact definition of hitting the ball where it's pitched, taking that outside fastball and driving it the opposite way out of the ballpark. You want to bottle that type of approach.
Lamb with some nice production in his last game. 4 runs batted in. And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1.
I was really impressed with how he came through for the team in that last game, Boog. The all-time leader in 4 RBI games, Lou Gehrig with 101. I'm just a little further down.
And that is that.
The batter number 20.
And the batter will be the shortstop, Charlie Lamb. He had a big swing for these guys way back to the first inning.
Yeah, Boog, he didn't waste any time in this one. The solo shot really got his team going, and he's looking for more right here.
And a base hit. And now 2 aboard. First pitch misses.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
And that's downstairs. And now 3-0. Some activity in the Mariners bullpen. Mitchell Parker, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. There's a swing and a miss. 3-2 now. The Brewers trying to break this one open here at the bottom of the 7th. And that'll load the bases.
Well, he's so good about trying to drive the ball to the opposite field gap in these situations. If he takes that approach, he could bust this game wide open.
In the dirt, nice job behind the plate. And the 1-0. Fouled off left side. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
It normally does damage on that pitch in that location. Just a swing and a miss there. I don't think you want to throw it again, though.
In the dirt, kicks away from the catcher. But no advance from the runners. Oh, and this one gets away. And he comes in to score the wild pitch. Two on, 1 out. And they're all loaded up. Now the left fielder, Heriberto Hernandez. He's already homered in this game. That one close, ruled a ball. And that's ball one.
2 walks in the inning already, and he just doesn't seem comfortable out there. Like he can find the right mechanics and then repeat them.
Bounced up the middle. There's one. What a double play that was. Inning over. All set to start the 9th in this one. And stepping in for the Mariners, Ben Williamson. Hit on the ground to short. Lamb. On to first. And the leadoff man retired. So back to the top of the order. Ben Rice up next for the Mariners. McGarry is just 1 strike away. Fouls it off, still 1-2. Back to the top of the order now. Here's the Mariners leadoff man, Ben Rice. The 0-1. And that one hit to first. Knocks it down. Throw to first. Ball game. And the Brewers extend their winning streak to 5 in a row. Lamb had a great showing in the win. Put together 3 hits, 1 of them a home run.
No question, he was a big piece of their success in this ball game. Fantastic effort at the plate.
Charlie Lamb up now for the Brewers.
Charlie Lamb.
Lamb launched a homer in his most recent game. Swing and a foul, pushed off to the right, and that will get out of play. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Top of the first, just getting started here in Kansas City. The shortstop takes a ball. Fights that one away, still 1-2. Ground ball up the middle, that's a base hit.
All right, that way. Got a way to square it up. Good job.
Runner takes off, ball
That's out the
outside.
corner.
Transfer bobbled, and there's no throw.
Pretty impressive from the 3-hole hit. Picks up the single, then swipes second to get into scoring position. Now, that's not going to show up on the slugging percentage very much, but it works the same way.
Runner goes again. Pitch in for a strike.
Pick it up, pick it up.
And that's a stolen base, not even close. And the go-ahead run is now only 90 feet away.
In this game, you got to take what the other team is giving you. And right there, they were giving him a steal at third base. Didn't check his lead. Catcher doesn't throw very well. So you got to take that back, get your team that much closer to scoring a run.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Certainly a strikeout situation right there. The infield playing back, and this pitcher has to step up and get the swing and miss. Really nice job of attacking the hitter at the plate. Pretty big 2-out at bat coming up now.
Dalton Varsho swings through it for strike one. That one fouled off. Oh, 0-2 now. That
That's the
one
ball.
missed. Fights it off. He'll see another. That one almost got him.
Good purpose pitch right there. Trying to tease him, get him to raise his sights, pop something up, and make it an easy out.
And ball four to
take it back.
aboard.
Oh,
Runners on first and third, 2 away. Here in game 1 of this 3-game set.
strike one.
That's smacked on a line to center. And that's the 3rd out. Jason Dominguez steps in for the Royals. Up the middle. Lamb. Tosses to first. One gone, bottom half of the first. That one lifted to left. Dominguez under it. Takes it in for the out. Lamb, a former MVP, a member of the 1,000 hit club, and he was selected for the All-Star game last year. 2 down, nobody on. Top half of inning number 4.
You got it. Make
Swing
turn,
and a
make
high fly
turn.
ball, pretty well struck right field. That one hops against the fence. And he's in at second with a 2-out double.
Well, here we are, 3rd time through the order, and this is where we see the OPS jump up. Manager might have to go to the bullpen a little bit sooner than he anticipated.
There's a strike. 0-2 now as he swings through it.
Let's see if he's willing to use the whole field right here. Definitely pounding him away.
Pitch misses, and that is ball one. Activity in the Kansas City bullpen. Keith Patton, the rookie right-hander, is getting loose. Number 66 warming up as well. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Just missed.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Hit weakly on the ground, but it kicks foul. Tag at second, and he's out trying to get back. So a man at first. Michael Bush steps in for the Royals. 2-2. Grounder might be 2. There's 1. And that's 2.
Oh, man, what a smooth double play. That was a thing of beauty from start to finish.
Back here at Kauffman Stadium. So up now for Kansas City, Alejandro Kirk. Out to short. And the leadoff man set down in their half of the 5th. So 2 down. Here's the center fielder, Carson Roccaforte. He popped out his first time. The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. Strike in there. Throw.
No, he's in there.
Safe.
When you're trying to swipe a bag against an elite level arm behind the plate like this guy, you better get a great jump and hope that your speed can finish this job. That was a great jump right there. Really nice steal at second base.
Fought off foul. Spence goes 6'1", 185 pounds, and he was a 10th round pick back in 2019. That one is absolutely belted. Way back there, it's got a chance. And this one carries into the party porch for a home run. Now that's quite the party favor. And they boost their lead. It's 6-1.
That's a swing that'll boost the win probability for sure. Took on the big part of the yard for that home run and just barely got it over the wall. I thought for a second he brought it back out there too. He gave it a great effort, but you know, those plays are so tough to pull off, and I'm sure he'd love to have another shot at it.
1 down. Charlie Lamb will hit next.
And it may be a long shot, but a triple here will give him the cycle.
This one smoked on its way out of here. Another homer. His second home run of the game, and they tack on to their lead. It's 7-1.
And that shot makes their grip on the lead even tighter. Well, we don't typically expect players to hit multiple home runs in the same game, but we're not talking about just anyone here. Absolutely locked in and continues to cash in with these swings.
Here in the bottom of the 9th, 1 out. Alejandro Kirk steps in for the Royals. And now 2-2. On the ground to short. Slings to second. Out. A double play to end it. Lamb had a sensational showing in the win. 4 hits, 2 of them leaving the yard.
No question, he was a big piece of their success in this ball game. Fantastic effort at the plate.
Charlie Lamb, fresh off an impressive. Charlie Lamb up now for the Brewers.
Charlie Lamb.
Swing and a drive, deep right field. And a foul ball. Lamb came up with 4 hits in his last game. And a swing and a miss. Battling here as he fouls it away. Wallner on at first, nobody out. The shortstop takes the ball.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking it bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
Went back to the slider, and it was a good idea. So digging in, Michael Busch. 1-2 here. Hit on the ground to short. That's a base hit. They fired in quickly, so it's first and second with only one away. Now here's Bobby Witt Jr. 2-2 on the way. Up the middle, Lamb. The underhand flip, it's there, and that's a great play. Looks like the weather could actually play a factor in this one. It's coming down pretty good.
Yeah, it is, and it's not too bad yet, but the field's not going to be able to hold up if the rain gets any worse than this. So keep an eye on the pitcher's mound as well, and the rest of the infield start to puddle up a little bit.
Got it. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound. So the Royals batting order turns over. Jason Dominguez, the next to hit, 1 for 2. Runner on the go. Pitch in for a strike. Throw, save. That's a stolen base.
Oh, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2. In the air, right field. 2 down. 1 out, man at first. Here is Austin Riley. The 0-2. And he grounds one to the right side. The flip. There's one.
Got him.
Double play. What a twin killing to end the inning. Next for the Brewers, Charlie Lamb. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a flyout. Lifted in the air, right field. Takes it in for the out. We haven't seen a break in the weather, and the umpires might be forced to make a decision soon.
Yeah, I think so, Boog. I mean, everyone looking and wondering when they're going to stop play. It definitely feels close.
Ground ball up the middle. What a stop. Over to first, and they get the out. Here's Bobby Witt Jr. Swing at a ground ball. Throws to first in time. Now 2 out. Man at first. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Austin Riley. Up the middle. Lamb. Flips it. What a play. Inning over. And now here is Carson Roccaforte. Line drive. And a base hit. And now 2 aboard. At the plate, Michael Arroyo. Vargas is just 1 strike away. Swing and a ball popped in the air. Riley should have this one. And that'll do it. The Royals claim the win here behind some great pitching and defense.
Nice work out of the bullpen for that first MLB win, Boog. They turned to him when they didn't have the lead. He kept things steady, and he's rewarded with the W.
Lamb will try to make something happen. This could really set the tone for the game.
I agree, Boog. This is one of those moments where experience and poise really matter. He knows the task at hand.
Foul ball there. Lamb, a former Gold Glove winner, 26 years old, and he's a 5-time MVP, and he's left his mark on this game of baseball. Bush takes it in for the out. One down. Lamb in the box now as he looks at ball one. Second plate appearance of the day for him. Out towards right center field. And that'll fall for a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Pitch was in and off the plate. So hard to do anything with the pitch in that location, but somehow he got the barrel to it and hit it well. Pretty amazing.
Runner takes off. Pitch outside. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag.
You don't usually see teams try to claw back into games by being aggressive on the base pass like this, but it's still early in this one. This kind of tells me they're going to try to tackle this.
Runner goes again. Pitch in for a strike. Throw to third, and he's in there easily.
Well, sometimes stealing third base can be tough, especially if that shortstop or second baseman are making some noises, moving towards the bag, try to make you think that you've got to stay close. Well, they didn't do a very good job of that. Get a comfortable lead, got a great jump, and that's how you steal third base.
Got him swinging.
That's about as nasty of a split as you'll come across, especially in terms of movement. I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. If he keeps it down, it's just so tough to put wood on.
Varsho in the box now. Takes strike one.
Generally, second, third time through the lineup, you want to be able to lean on those secondary pitches and command them. Looks like he's doing a nice job of it.
There's the strike.
He's trying to stay away from this lefty, knowing that a lot of left-handers like the ball down and in.
Oh, no. He doesn't get the call. Ball one.
And now a little barking back towards the umpire. Clearly thought he got that outside corner on what was a pretty big pitch. Sometimes that only makes it worse for you moving forward, but it can also open up that location in the future if the umpire thinks there's a chance that he missed it.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. This one in the air, center field. And he makes the catch. Runner tagging and heading for home. He'll score the sac fly. It's 5-1. So 2 down, and to the plate for Kansas City, Luka Tresh. Up the middle, Lamb. There with plenty of time, and that ends the inning. On a line, base hit.
Find the ball.
So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
Great job right there. Squared up that ball.
Challenged him with the fastball right in the heart of the zone, and he was clearly ready to jump all over it.
Runner on the go. That's in for a strike. And that's a stolen base, not even close. And now he's up to 3 stolen bases in the game.
Here's what I think the manager's thinking right now. Today, we're not driving the ball. It's hard to get extra base hits. We've got to make something happen to get a runner into scoring position. That stolen base, excellent call. Now, all it takes is perhaps a single to put a run on the board.
Pitch kicks away. And there's 2 gone following the strikeout.
Now, this pitching staff has been merciless against him in this one. I mean, he struck out 6 times in this series, and we've seen no adjustment out of him so far.
And now it's Dalton Varsho.
Picked up an RBI in his last at bat. Still their only run of the game so
That's
far.
It really feels like we might be running out of time before a rain delay is called This rain is not letting up.
Yeah, and if we do get a delay, the unfortunate thing is the clock's going to start ticking on these pitchers, and they won't be able to keep their arms warm forever if it's a long break, and going to have to exit this game a little early.
Man at second. Swing and a miss, and a count 2-1.
Man, that's just a nasty splitter. Bottom falls out of it. You don't see a lot of guys throw that these days, but I tell you what, he's got a good one.
Hammered down the right side, but foul. They've got a potent lineup, and when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list. 2-2 now.
Well,
In the dirt, but kept close. That one to first, but that rolls foul. Man on second, 2 down. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Picks up strikeout. Next to hit, Carson Rocafort. Payoff pitch. On the ground. Slinging it to first in time. Looks like the weather could actually play a factor in this one. It's coming down pretty good.
Yeah, it is, and it's not too bad yet, but the field's not going to be able to hold up if the rain gets any worse than this. So keep an eye on the pitcher's mound as well, and the rest of the infield start to puddle up a little bit.
So up now for Kansas City, Michael Busch. Runner on the move. Pitching for a strike. Throw, save. That's a stolen base.
Well, with that kind of elite arm he has behind the plate, man, it's a pretty big deal when you can strike.
So 2 outs with runners on the corners. Michael Arroyo digs in now. The Brewers down to their final strike. Chopper to second. Base hit and a run in to score. First and second, 2 outs. Matt Wallner up now for the Brewers. Swing and a pop-up. Busch drifts towards it. And that'll do it. The Royals win the rubber match of this 3-game series. Lamb with a nice showing despite the loss.
Well, Boogie, it was a strong individual day for him. Even if they couldn't quite get the win, this is a game he can feel really good about.
One down. Charlie Lamb up now for the Brewers. And Siggy, they're dealing with a former MVP in this spot. That one the other way, and that's a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
No waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take...
Runner on the go. He's in for a strike. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag.
Pretty impressive from the 3-hole hitter. Picks up the single, then swipes second to get into scoring position. Now, that's not going to show up on the slugging percentage very much, but it works the same way for the team. Let's see if they can drive him in now.
That's down and in.
Well, the best way to shake off yesterday's struggles is to get on the board early. They've got a guy in scoring position. They've got to find a way here to get him in.
Got him swinging. Chase the fastball up the ladder for strike 3. And now it's Dalton Varsho. Hey! Runner at second, 2 down. Here in game 1 of this 3-game set.
And a bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
The 0-2. Got him swinging. That K is his 3rd of the game. Bottom of the second. Here's the Oriole cleanup hitter, Jack Caglione. On the ground. Lamb. Sends it to
No, he's
first.
out.
Leadoff man retired here in the second. Swing and a ground ball. Oh, look at the stop. And very nicely done for the out.
Up next for Milwaukee.
Makes the catch, one down. Man at first with one gone. Now here's the Orioles DH, C.J. Abrams. They're 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Runner on the move. Pitching for a strike. Whoa, save. That's a stolen base.
Well, it seems like 90 feet is such a big deal in a tight one-run game like this one. Maybe it's a little bit risky, but they felt good about it, and it paid off. Let's see if they can turn this into a big run.
Lamb, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball one. Cervantes, multi-time All-Star. He features a four-seam fastball, a changeup, a curve, and occasionally uses a cutter. And that one finds its way through. And a man aboard. Can't glove it cleanly. First offering. Runner goes. Pitching for a strike. And that's a stolen base. Not even close. Crushed to right. This one's got a chance. Out of here. Home run. And they slice into the lead. It's 5-3.
That swing just injected more drama into this one.
Well, he put a really nice swing on that one, and everything was on time. Took a direct path to the ball. Excellent extension, and just drove it out of here. Nothing better than when the ball jumps off your bat like that.
Here's the catcher, Blake Mitchell. The Brewers down to their final strike. Smoked on the ground to second. On to first, ball game. And the Orioles take the series opener here at home. Lamb did well despite the loss.
If he can consistently put up games like this one, they're more likely to get the win than the loss, even if it didn't work out today.
Lamb digs in. He's up against an 85+ rated arm, which basically means good luck.
Yeah, Boog, if he reaches base here, somebody better start checking for controller cheats.
And a swing and a miss. There's that slider.
Well, this is a great matchup that you just don't get to see very often. The reigning Cy Young Award winner against the reigning MVP. All eyes are on this battle right here.
Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. Banks off the wall. Lead runner touches second, headed for third. Throw comes in. Runner stopped. Second and third. Nobody out.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. Ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it. I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure.
Got him swinging for the strikeout. Huge strikeout there. And now it's going to be Dalton Varsho. Golden opportunity right here. Breaking ball, and that got him.
First base.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
Strike two. Bases loaded, one away. Here in the second game of the series. Check
he go?
swing, appeal to first. No, he held up. Next offering upstairs. Base hit, one run in already. A second scores as well, and they lead by 2. Lamb digging in, facing the reigning Cy Young winner. Basically the baseball version of trying to solve a Rubik's Cube in the dark.
Well, might as well call it graduate level hitting, Boog. We'll see if he studied or not.
Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
Talk about tying a guy up. That was ugly.
That one fouled off. Two down, nobody on. Good eye right there. Into the outfield, base hit. And that keeps the inning going.
Man, you smoked that thing. Got a boy. Good job.
Wasting no time. He's 2 for 2 now on the night, and just a triple and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously, we're starting with this already. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. Way back there. It's got a chance. And that one is out of here. A 2-run homer. His second of the year. And they boost their lead. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now. It's like he's playing wiffle ball up there, and that's typically not the easiest way to hit a home run. To the slight opposite field, into the gap. Man, making it look easy, that's for sure.
Man at first. Here's C.J. Abrams now. Here's the pitch. Runner on the go. Strike in there. Safe at second.
You don't usually see teams try to claw back into games by being aggressive on the base pass like this, but it's still early in this one. This kind of tells me they're going to try to tackle this one 1 run at a time instead of waiting back for a big 3-run homer.
Lamb in the box for the 3rd time today as he takes that one off the plate. Hammered down the right side, but foul. Lamb with another scorching run of play lately. 2 down, nobody on. On the ground to third. Bichette whips it to first. And that is Drake Baldwin, the next to hit for the Orioles. Ground ball right side, could be 2. Fires to second for 1. And that's 2. Steps in, 2 down, nothing cooking so far, but 1 swing can get something sizzling.
He knows it too, Boog. That body language says, yes, chef.
That one ripped left field. That's got a chance. Out of here. A solo shot. Home run number 5 on the season, and they add to their lead.
First pitch swinging, and he got the fastball. He knew exactly what to do with it, too. Boog, I wasn't sure he hit that one as hard as he needed to get it out of here, but it had just enough behind it for the homer. What an attempt at the wall, though. He really gave a terrific effort to try and bring that one back.
Ground ball up the middle. Oh, what a stop. From his knees, the throw. And safe. He busted it down the line for that infield single. Here's Riley Green. He's already homered here in this one. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. There's a ball. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag. And that extends his lead for the most stolen bases in baseball. High fly ball, right field. Caglione settles underneath it and makes the grab. Runner tags at second. The tag gets him, and it's a double play. Jack Caglione, the next to hit for the Orioles. On the ground right side. And that chance handled. There's one. Not in time at first. It's a fielder's choice. Orioles an out away. Michael Harris the second. The next to hit for the Orioles. The Orioles down to their final strike. Ground ball right side. Slides, but it gets by him. Lead runner makes the turn at second. Cut off, throw to second. The throw won't get there in time, and that'll bring the tying run to the plate. Big spot here, bottom of the ninth, down to their final out. Here's C.J. Abrams to hit. Tying run at the plate. On the ground right side, and that one handled. Throw to first, ball game. And the Brewers, even this series, up at a game apiece. Lamb really stood out in this win. 4 hits, one of them a homer.
Such a tremendous effort at the dish. Not every game is going to be like this one, so you need to enjoy it when it's happening.
Charlie Lamb comes in. Digging in, big-time pitcher, so he better have a plan, Singy. Otherwise, it's a short trip.
Yeah, Boogie's just got to pick a pitch and go. No guessing, no hesitation.
Foul ball there. Floyd, he gets a lot of swing and miss, and he keeps the ball in the yard. Not to mention the fact, not too many hits either. Up the middle. Fires to first in time. Even some of the best guys in the sport are going to give up home runs from time to time, and he's an exception.
Yeah, and even with those home runs, if you're throwing strikes and keeping base runners off the paths, then those home runs are solo shots. But
applies the tag, and they get 2. Double play.
The first baseman, Kyle.
So 2 down. Stepping in the long ball threat, Kyle Manzardo. Up the middle. What a stop. Throw to first, and that's a nice play to end the inning. Michael Harris the second will hit next. And the 0-2. Towards first, and he can't come up with it. But he wins the foot race to first. Good job of knowing how much time he had there. Lamb swings through that one as he comes to the plate for the second time today. Next offering is fouled back. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Here's the 0-2. The shortstop takes the ball. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. And that's 4 strikeouts. Lamb stepping in. One door closed, but here's another shot, Singy. This guy has a chance to deliver.
Opportunity to be a great teammate right here, Boog. Nothing says I got you like a 2-out ribby.
The shortstop takes the ball. And that's fouled off. The Brewers looking to strike first. And we're at the top of the 5th. In the air, left field. And that's the 3rd out. James Wood at the plate. Last year gained some attention. He was intentionally walked at a game. Bichette goes. That's in for a strike. Throw down to second. They're in plenty of time. He's caught stealing. Lamb steps in. 2 outs and a to-do list. Start a rally and save the inning.
Tall order, Boog, but he might just have that clutch gene in his DNA.
Pop foul out of play off to the right. Two down, nobody on. Swang and a miss. Missed that by a mile. And the count is 0-2. Next offering way off the plate.
Well, it's critical right here that they bear down and turn in some quality at bats. Try to chip away at that lead, because if it gets to the ninth, that closer's coming in.
Up the middle, Freeland. That's the third out. Inning over. Ready for the bottom of the eighth. So now the Orioles cleanup hitter, Jack Caglione. Gets to it with a slide. To first. Nicely done for the out.
We saw a few skills on display there for the out. Technique was great.
And now it's Dalton Varsho. The Brewers down to their final strike. Got him, and that's the ball game. Lamb with a forgettable showing in the loss.
Oh, certainly a frustrating game at the plate, Boog. I think he'd be the first to tell you he's capable of better. I'm sure the loss isn't sitting well with him either.
Charlie Lamb getting ready. Ready to go now. Now it's the right fielder. 2-2. On the ground. Lamb. Whips it across. One out in the top of the first. Man at first with one gone. And here's the catcher, MJ Melendez. Ellie looking to steal. That's in for a strike. Save. De La Cruz gets his first steal of the game. Lamb digging in. This matchup has been one-sided and not in the pitcher's favor, Chris.
Yeah, probably circled this one when the schedule came out. Might as well hand him the remote. He's been in full control in this one.
That misses the zone. Ball one. Harrington, a former Gold Glove winner, 32 years old, and he was a second-round pick in 2022. Ground ball up the middle. Flips it. There's one. To first, not in time. Great effort there.
The designated hitter, Riley Green.
The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. Strike in there. And that's a stolen base. Not even close. And that's another stolen base for the league leader.
I think that steal kind of sets the tone, not just for this game, but for the entire series. First inning, game one, so that kind of tells me they're going to be aggressive on offense and try to force the issue whenever they can.
Man at second. And that one gets past the catcher. The throw to third. He's in there. So a wild pitch allows the runner to advance.
Well, he's got nobody to blame but himself. With one out, a runner on third can come home all sorts of ways now. That's why, as a pitcher, you have to execute pitches even better when there are runners on base.
This one in the air, center field for Armstrong. Under it. And makes the grab. Runner tags for home. In comes the first run of the game. It's 1-0 Brewers.
Ball, that's just out.
This one in the air center field. Pro Armstrong under it. And there's one down. Lamb with some impressive production lately. Foul ball.
You don't stick at the major league level unless you can string together consistently solid performances. Right now, he's showing us why he's lasted in the big leagues.
Settles underneath it. Takes it in for the out. 2 on with 1 out. Christian Encarnacion Strand getting ready to hit. Swing and a ground ball. The flip. There's one. What a double play that was. Inning over. Digging in now. If baseball had a delete key, this is when you'd hit it. One big swing, and it's like none of it happened.
Call it the RBI erase function, Boog. Just need one line drive to clear the cache.
Catcher challenge. We'll take another look. Yo, one. Pop foul out of play off to the right. They've got a potent lineup, and when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list. That missed by a lot. Ball 1. And they'll do it again. First and second, no outs. Here at the bottom of the 7th. No question about this one. It's out of here. He'll touch them all. It's his 6th home run of the season, and they throw 3 on the board. It's 10-5.
He's going to the plate with a ton of confidence lately, and he's getting the results to back it up. No doubt, those two things feed off one another. With a low 90s fastball, you have to live on the edges and hit your spots. If you don't, you'll get hit hard. Really good swing there. Patient and waited for it. It was like BP all over again.
Two aboard, 2 outs. Jose Tena, the next Cub to hit. Hard hit, right side. They limit the damage here. Now at the plate, Charlie Lamb. He's already homered in this game. Swings through that one above the zone.
Well, strike one is so critical in a bat like this with a real threat at the plate looking to do damage.
Ball 1.
The 1-1. That one kicks away from the catcher, and the runner holds. The Cubbies up big in this one. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. In the air, right field. Brings it in. That is the inning. Now it's the second baseman. Ground ball left side. Fires to first on the run. That's the ball game. Lamb made a big contribution despite the loss. Had only 1 hit, but made it count with a homer.
Can't say enough about what he did for him in this one. They lost, but it was in spite of his huge effort. It's easy to see why he's a key contributor for him.
Lamb steps in now. He knows what's waiting for him, Siggy. An arm of top-tier command and stuff to match.
Yeah, no freebies here, Boog. You got to earn everything when you're up against a pitcher of this caliber.
That's smashed towards center. And that's a base hit. Lead runner holds up, They're at first and second with nobody out. That misses. Ball one. Ground ball could be two. To second, that's one. On to first, double play.
Oh, man, what a smooth double play. That was a thing of beauty from start to finish.
One down. And now the catcher comes up to him. MJ Melendez. The 1-2. This one popped up. Lamb takes it in for the out. Out number 2. Lamb steps in. He's had a lot of success against this pitcher singing.
Yeah, he's like a DJ with the timing booth, just mixing barrels and bad intentions every time they face off. These two guys, a lot of respect for one another.
Sliced hard but foul. In the air to left center. And there's 2 away. Back here at American Family Field, we head to the bottom of the 5th. Charlie Lamb up now for the Brewers. Swing and a miss. 0-1. That one ripped but foul. The 0-2. And there's a base hit to left. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate. Step off, throw to first. Lamb back in on a dive.
Well, here's a good opportunity in this inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff hit, and hardly order coming up right behind them. This is where they need to get going.
Runner on the go. Pitch in for a strike. Throw to second, and great jump. And the league leader in stolen bases does it again.
Looks like the base runner had a pretty good feel on the pitcher's move. After that pick over, seemed to settle in, and he took off right away. Nice job of stealing second right there.
Fought off foul. Struck him out swinging. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game.
Came inside with that 2-strike fastball nicely and just bunched him up on the inside part of the plate. Couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And you know, a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with 2 strikes because they do not want to hit that batter. And when they've got him up against the ropes, got to figure out a way to put him away. Did a nice job right there.
Got it started a little too early. Strike 1.
This is one of those situations where the pitcher may not really want to deal with the guy in the box, and you got to be aware of that. Take your walk. I couldn't do it, but I think he can.
That misses the zone. Ball 3. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row. Andrew Fisher up now for the Brewers. 1 for 2. Now one missed. Fastball for a strike. That one outside, and a count 2-1.
Pretty easy to give up on that pitch right there. Started on the edge of the plate with the spin. You know it's going to finish well off the plate.
And a swing and a miss. Runs it up to 96 to record the punch out. Still nothing on the scoreboard for him after 5. You're watching Brewers baseball on the show, Wisconsin. Top 6. So up now for Chicago, Pete Crow Armstrong. Up the middle, Lamb. Whips it to first. Leadoff man retired in the 6th.
Up next to the Cubs, the first baseman, Sal Stewart.
1 out, runner at 2nd. Charlie Lamb now at the plate. He's a guy who does it all. And that misses. And that's ball 1.
Looking to get something going. This is the guy you want at the plate. He's been great for this team. He is a professional hitter.
Man at 2nd. Swing and a miss as he chases that one darting out of the zone. The next offering misses. Ball 2. High fly ball, right field. He's there. He's got it. 2 down.
Up next for the Brewers, the designated hitter.
So bases all loaded up. Tommy Troy digs in now.
Troy.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. They get the force, and that is that. So 2 down, and now Charlie Lamb. This guy, one of the best contact men in the sport as well. Outstanding on the defensive end. That one hammered, but pulled foul. Here's your 1. The shortstop takes the ball. Challenge from behind the dish here. And that's hammered into right field. That's a base hit. They stop the lead runner at 2nd. Now 2 on with 2 outs. Well, Singy, he is locked in there.
Well, he's really slowed the game down, and it's like he's moving in full speed, and everybody is a step or 2 behind. The way that he squared up that baseball tells me that he is seeing it like a beach ball.
Catcher challenge. We'll take another look.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
He got away with one there, but he knows he can't go into that spot very often against a guy like this.
Hammered on the line. Base hit. Rounds 3rd. Headed for the plate. The relay throw. And that's the ball game.
Well, exciting finish, but also a questionable decision to send the runner. That run isn't a decider, tying the game or putting your team ahead. So scratching my head a little bit as to why they sent him. But ultimately a great play, and this is what you come to the ballpark for each and every game.
1 down. Charlie Lamb, the next to hit. Line drive, and that's got extra bases written all over it. Now he'll turn for 2nd. Not stopping. He's going for 3. The relay, not in time. He's safe.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
First pitch misses. And another
that's
ball.
off the plate.
Just missed. And he takes a strike. One away with a runner at third here in the third and final game of the series. And ball four, two aboard. And now it's Dalton Varsho. Hitless in the series so far. He's 0 for 7.
Ball, that pitch is out.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning. Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
Two on, one out. Hit hard, but foul off to the left.
Well, they gave up on that pitch early, and it ended up staying in the zone. I'm sure he's kicking himself and would like that pitch again.
Softly hit to third. Fires to second for one. Over to first. Safe. We move ahead to the top of the second now. So up now for Chicago, Pete Crow Armstrong. Up the middle, Lamb. Fires over to first. And quickly one away in the second. Runner at second, 2 down. Ground ball, and that's through the infield. Coming home. He scores, and they have the lead. Now the tag at second, and he's out of the fourth. So up now for Chicago, Christian Encarnacion Strand. On the ground to short. Gets it to first. Leadoff hitter retired in the fourth. Lamb locks in. Not the at-bat they were hoping for just now, so it's up to him with 2 outs.
Well, this guy's got the right mindset, Boog. Just needs to stay within himself and deliver.
This to third. Long throw to first, and that's terrific work. Here's the second baseman, Tommy Troy. Hit on the ground to short. Lamb. They take the force out, and that is the steps to the plate. They're trailing, but here's an opportunity to reel it in. RBI chance.
Yeah, Boog, chance to be the big fish right here. This is exactly who they want in a spot like this.
Swing and a miss at a slider.
He got away with one there, but he knows he can't go into that spot very often against a guy like this.
Swing and a drive, deep right field. Carrying well. And it is gone. He sends one out the opposite way. His 7th home run of the season. And they're chipping away. It's 9-7. 2 pitches, 2 swings. That one for a home run.
Looking to be aggressive all the way, and it paid off for him in a big way. That's the exact definition of hitting the ball where it's pitched, taking that outside fastball and driving it the opposite way out of the ballpark. You want to bottle that type of approach.
Lamb locks in, tying run on. No time like the present, Singy. This trip to the plate could really shake things up.
Yeah, no doubt, Boog. These are the moments that define a hitter's season. He's got a shot to flip the script right here.
That one carrying. Just missed it. Christian Encarnacion Strand, the next Cub to hit. And a 1-1. On the ground, Lamb. Tosses to first, and there's 2 away. Lamb stepping in. This is why you lift all those weights, Singing. One swing could send everybody home.
Yeah, and he's shown the ability to deliver in moments just like this. All eyes on the batter's box.
Swing and a miss. There's the slider, and it's 0-1. Way inside. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the last half of inning number 9. The shortstop takes the ball. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. This guy's got good power with one swing. He can win it for him. That one misses, and it's 3-2. The pitch is outside and ball 4. And after a lengthy at bat, the walk puts the potential winning run aboard. There goes the runner. Pitch is low. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag.
Now just one swing away from potentially walking this thing off. Well, he's really showing us the dynamic skill set he brings to the field on this one. Homered earlier, now he swipes second, showing off the speed. Really fun to watch him play the game.
And an ABS challenge coming from behind the dish. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2. The Cubs bullpen with some action. George Culver, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. Lowell getting cranked up as well. Trying to send this to extra innings. And that's a little high.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
In the air, left field. Moving under this one. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. MJ Melendez, the next Cub to hit. Runner on the move. Pitching for a strike. Throw, save. That's a stolen base. Runner at first with 2 away. Jose Tena, the next Cub to hit. First offering. Runner goes. That's in for a strike. Throw, save.
Well, with a good arm behind the dish, it's definitely a roll of the dice here to try to steal second base. Man, he can zip it down there. So
intentional pass coming. Bases now loaded, though it does set up a force at every base. And next is the designated hitter, Drew Jones. Golden opportunity right here. Way high with that one. And that is ball 1. A little out front there as he swings through it.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
Way out front for strike 2.
Clearly he was sitting on a fastball right there. It just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Well struck left field. Should be extra bases. Across is the winning run, and the Brewers walk it off in the 11th. Charlie Lamb, fresh off an incredible digs in. He's had this pitcher's number. Fastball off speed. It hasn't mattered, Singy.
Yeah, you can tell he steps in with confidence. It's like he already knows the answer to the test.
In the dirt, and it scoots away. No advance, though. Just getting started here at Truist Park outside Atlanta. Ground ball could be 2. Terocchio at second for 1. Over to first, safe. Runner on the go. Strike in there. safe at second, and he easily steals the bag. And the league leader in stolen bases does it again.
I think that steal kind of sets the tone, not just for this game, but for the entire series. First inning, game one, so that kind of tells me they're going to be aggressive on offense and try to force the issue whenever they can.
And there's a rocket into the outfield. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score, and the Brewers take the lead. Pulls into second. That's an RBI double.
Mission accomplished there as he picks up the RBI to give him the lead. Hooked around that pitch on the outside, but he was still able to square it up pretty nicely, and that takes quick, strong wrist to pull that off.
Lamb at the plate with 2 away, swings through that one. Next offering is fouled back. 2 down, nobody on. And they'll do it again. That's inside. Ball 1. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. And with the inning still alive, here comes the heart of the order.
These guys today are so great with handling velocity. They're seeing high speeds.
Quick move to first. Back in safe. Really close. Green, multi-time All-Star. Over 1,000 runs batted in his career. And he's won a Silver Slugger in the American League. Here goes the runner. Pitch is high. Throw to second. Not in time. He's there easily.
Well, he picked over once just before the pitch to check on him, but that didn't seem to slow up his jump on the pitch at all. I think that guy's been studying some video. Awesome job to be prepared, got the timing down, and he gets into scoring position. Well, no need to go right at this guy. First base is open. He can hurt you, so make him expand his zone. If he doesn't, give him a walk. Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front, so off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
Runner at second, 2 down. Here at the top of the second. And that's off the inside edge. And it's 3-2. Swings through him for the K. Good job at damage control. Bottom of the second. Now in for the Braves, Will Benson. This one smoked. Could be trouble. And that's going to roll to the wall. Into second easily with a leadoff double.
Batting fifth.
So a man at first. So now to the plate for Atlanta, Brady House. 1-2 here. Out to short, Lamb. Quick feed to second for 1. To first, double play. Nicely done.
The bat, number 13.
Lamb launched a homer in his most recent game. Swing and a miss. That one at 99. 0-1. High fly ball near the pole. That one is foul.
I love how he tracked the ball right there and was able to get through that fastball just a little bit late. Otherwise, it stays fair. I think if the top hand is a little stronger, same swing produces a home run.
So 2 down. Charlie Lamb getting ready to hit. 1 for 3. Swing and a miss. 0-1.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
Inside and hit him.
First base.
Up next for Milwaukee, the designated hitter, Riley Green.
Foul ball.
Power relievers one after another coming out of the bullpen these days. Got to be ready for that first pitch heater.
That one pushed to the left and foul. Now a quick throw to first, and he's back in easily. That's off the inside corner. Ball one.
Well, he missed badly with that 0-2 fastball. Hitter has to understand. Probably wants to try to put him away.
Swing and a miss. Ends the inning after they racked up. 2 on with 1 out. Charlie Lamb up now for the Brewers. This guy with big-time power and an elite defender. First pitch swinging. In the dirt. Two on, 1 out. In the air to left center. And there's 2 down. Drew Gilbert next up for the Braves. Here's a 1-1. Ground ball right side, could be 2. 1 at second. Double play, and that'll do it for the inning. Man at first. Here's the catcher. 1-2 now. Chop to first. Fisher to second for 1. A sensational double play. And the batter will be the shortstop, Charlie Lamb. Now one missed. I thought that was a strike, and here's a challenge. That one way inside.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Swing and a miss. Now 1-2. The shortstop takes the ball.
Find the ball.
And it stays fair. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. The throw in. There's the tag. They get him. And that's the inning. 2 aboard, 2 outs. Here's the third baseman, Brady House. And a payoff pitch. Got it. That finishes the evening's action. Lamb with some solid production in the win.
Definitely a strong game at the plate, Boog, and it's safe to say he made a difference for him. Nice job to help lift the team to a win.
Lamb locks in. I don't know if it's the release point or what, but he smashed this pitcher like a piñata.
Yeah, and it seems like every at-bat's a birthday party, Boog. Might be time to send a gift basket and hope for mercy.
High fly ball, right field. Takes it in for the out. This one in the air, center field. Brings it in. Runners tagging from second and third. In comes the first run of the game. It's 1-0 Brewers. 1 down. And here is Drew Gilbert. Now the 0-1. Ground ball right side. Throws to second for 1. What a double play that was. Inning over. And a foul ball. So man in a scoring position, and now the tying run comes to the plate, and we're at the top of the 5th. In the air, right field, and that'll do it. Adley Rutschman up now. He didn't just play baseball while at Oregon State, Singy. Adley was also on the football team.
Yeah, that's right. Adley was a place kicker his freshman year, averaged 60 yards per kick.
Schneider over to second for one. On to first, double play. Ed Walker next up for the Braves. Runner on the move. On the ground, right side. Pozo steps on the bag. No chance at the double play with the runner. And so bases all loaded up. Here's Brian Rocchio. The 0-1. Out to short. Over to first.
You're up.
Inning over, and it could have been worse. So they get one, but end up leaving the bases loaded. We look ahead. Up now for Milwaukee, Charlie Lamb. And that is out of play. Dodd, he's one of those guys who uses the cut fastball as his primary offering, and when it's on, it can induce a lot of weak contact.
And the late movement on the cutter is really what makes it so effective, because as a hitter, you make a decision whether you're going to swing or take a pitch before it actually gets into the zone. So that late movement causes it to miss the barrel of the bat, sometimes miss the bat entirely.
That's off the mark. Ball one. Yeah, they talk about cutters as being lane changers because it's more that side-to-side movement and very little of the downward tilt. Inside, ball two.
If you're on the mound right now, you know you have to retire this hitter. If he gets on base, it could open up the floodgates for this offense to score some runs.
And here's a 3-2. Good job to fight that one off.
5 foul balls in this at bat so far, and these two are going head to head. You can see the crowd. They're starting to get into it a little bit more and more each pitch, even though there hasn't been a ball in play yet.
Tracks it down for the out. So 2 down. Blake Mitchell, the next to hit. This could end it. Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into center field. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate. Davis Schneider up now for the Brewers. And the 0-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. And here is Davis Schneider. Walker is just 1 strike away. Got it. And that'll do it. Lamb with an okay game in the loss.
Not his best showing, but I hope he isn't too self-critical after they took the loss. Some things to build on in this game.
Charlie Lamb now at the plate. This guy is one of the best athletes in the sport. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Nice, nice. I see you working. Check your outfielders.
Runner on the go. Pitch misses inside. Safe at second, and that was not close. And that's another stolen base for the league leader.
When you get ahead in the count, there's no doubt that the success rate goes up, and that's what he's been doing. It's made a big impact for him in recent games.
Late on that fastball.
As a hitter, you got to learn something from that pitch. He clearly wasn't timed up on the fastball. In a 2-0 count, you have to be ready to do damage.
Gets the outside corner with that one. That smash towards center. Shabazian should have this one. And he makes the catch. Runner tags at second. And now it's Dalton Varsho. Hitless in 4 at-bats yesterday. Close one, doesn't get the call. Ball 1. Looked like a strike to me, and here comes the challenge. Next offering is fouled back. 2 outs and a runner at third. Here in the 3rd and final game of the series. Got him swinging. That ends the frame. I think the key is Will Benson next up for the Braves. The kick and the pitch. Runner goes.
Ball inside.
There's a ball. And that's a stolen base. Not even close. A bit behind with that swing. It's strike 1. Fly ball to right. And there's 2 down. Lamb digging in to get something started for this offense. That's the ask right now.
Yeah, you get on base, maybe things start rolling. Even a little noise can wake up the dugout.
And that one hammered. That's back there. And that's going to bang against the wall. Safe at second with a leadoff double.
He hit that ball really well to deep right field right there. Got a pitch to drive and just stayed through it nicely. Didn't quite have the trajectory to clear the fence, but you're always happy with an extra base hit. Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ball game. Well, these Brewers just aren't putting great swings on the baseball in this one. Just one extra base hit for them, so they haven't exactly been hitting the ball gap to gap or out of the park. That makes it really difficult to generate runs.
Catcher challenge. We'll take another look. The 2-0 is in for a strike. And there's a ball.
Well, here's a good opportunity in this inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff hit, and hardly order coming up right behind them. This is where they need to get going.
That one at triple digits. They've got a potent lineup, and when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list. This one in the air, center field. Shabazian settles underneath it, and there's one away.
Up next for Milwaukee, the center fielder, number 5, Dalton.
So now with one away and a man at second, and next will be the cleanup hitter, Dalton Varsho. Pitch misses inside. Ball 1. Swings through that.
He normally does damage on that pitch in that location. Just a swing and a miss there. I don't think you want to throw it again, though.
Ball.
1 out and a runner at second, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Tap foul at the plate. Two now. Swing and he breaks his bat. House takes it in for the out. 2 away.
Up next for Milwaukee, the second baseman, Cooper Correct.
Fastball for a strike. Close, but called the ball. And 1-1. Lamb on at second with 2 down. Started to go after it. Now a look down to first. No swing. That misses. 3-1.
It's a tough pitch, but in terms of the best pitch you're going to get to hit in the at-bat, that fastball was down enough where you're going to catch up to one. That's the one. When he elevates, hitters aren't touching it.
Swings and misses. Third out. Here's Ronald Acuna Jr. at the plate. And the lefty with the 0-1. Oh, look at the stop. Over to first. And they get the out. Now it's the right fielder, Will Benson. Here's the 0-2. It's in and out of his glove. Gets off a throw.
He's in there.
The
He's safe.
runner is safe, and the misplay costs him. One down. Charlie Lamb up now for the Brewers. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. 2 down. Now the third baseman, Michael Arroyo. This one in the air, center field. Shabazian on the move. He's got it. Ball game. And the Braves with the rubber match of this 3-game series. Lamb did well in the losing effort.
Well, Boogie, it was a strong individual day for him. Even if they couldn't quite get the win, this is a game he can feel really good about.